Hi, here is my day 5 update. I can't believe it's only been 5 days because that means that this epiphany that I had last Thursday, it hasn't even been a full week yet. And yet I find myself already wavering on this commitment. And again, I'm so glad I'm doing these videos and I have my food log and I've got everything going on so that I stay committed because I remember that feeling that I had when I downloaded this information. This is what I need to do, and it's commitment that really determines where something goes. How committed are we? Do we put our effort and energy into it, or do we just get these ideas and pass on them because we don't feel like it anymore? And our feelings are going to waver, our feelings are going to change, and it's hard to stay committed and disciplined. And I remember how disciplined and committed I've been to my diet over these last, well, I guess I could say like 20, 25 years, but like honestly, truly, I think I can really only say really dedicated in these last several years. And, it just keeps getting more and more refined. Now, when I say refined, I don't mean like restrictive. I just mean more refined in terms of what my body needs. We're all different. Our bodies need different things. We have different needs because of not only our biology, but our circumstances, where we are, what's available to us. When I travel the world, I'm always vegetarian, and now I'll be vegan. But I don't change my needs because I'm in some place that it's harder to get vegetarian or vegan food. It just means that I have to do a lot of research in advance and figure out what's available, and find places that I can go. And luckily with the internet these days, it's not that hard to do. And worst comes to worst, depending on the region, there's a lot of vegetarianism in places you would never expect. I was shocked to find out Ethiopia is actually one of the most vegetarian friendly countries, which makes sense because, Ethiopian food, there's a lot of vegetarian Ethiopian. I just never understood why. And it's because they have a lot of, I guess, Christians that don't eat meat over there, which I found really interesting. And so then they have like fasting Fridays, which means eating no meat. So this is part of their culture. And then like in Southeast Asia, where you think it would be more easy to be vegetarian or vegan, it's really not. They eat a lot of fish and other meats, but luckily there's a lot of Buddhist temples around. And with that, you can find meals at Buddhist temples or in other places. So I've had to adjust along the way. And, what it means is that maybe I don't get, the amount of vegetables or the type of vegetables my body is accustomed to. And so, it'll affect me in some ways, but I'm able to, pretty much stick to what I'm eating. So, those are commitments I've made to myself that I don't waver on, because that is a discipline that I have cultivated in me. And that is something that I truly believe in for myself. And, in my personal, practice, it's for the earth and, for sustainability and things like that. But, each of us has a different need. My husband still eats some meat, and if he'll eat a mostly plant-based diet, but if he needs protein and, he doesn't have any access to vegetable protein of some sort, he will eat meat. My daughter eats a little bit of meat. I don't want to restrict her. I have raised her with a variety of foods, and she sees her father eat meat, and so she wanted to try something. She sees some of her school friends eat things, and there's a lot of things that her school friends eat, the things that they eat that I won't let her have, like soda and candy and a lot of the junk food like Cheetos and whatnot. And that's just my personal way of raising her. But if it's good quality meat, I'm not going to stop her because that's something that she can make a decision on later on in her in her life. She's only 7 right now. So, what I can do is raise her consciously, talk to her about different things, why I won't allow something like Cheetos, and why, if she wants to eat a good healthy meat, that, we can have that somewhere. So, or she can have that somewhere, I should say. So, there are commitments that I make to myself. There are commitments that I make to my family, and it's about keeping those commitments. And this is what we do with our diet. We keep our commitments to ourselves, and it's discipline and it's hard. And so, adding another commitment to myself, anybody who knows me, I play with my diet a lot. So, I'm constantly making commitments to myself, whether it's to fast or maybe, change up my diet or whatever. But I found myself wavering on this. Like today, I realized, I ate really good food. I was so healthy. I felt so good after my water fast yesterday. I woke up this morning. I wasn't that hungry. I still had a little bit of pain, but it wasn't that much, which makes me think it's partially due to my moon cycle coming up. But I was feeling really good, and I started my day with a guava after my workout, and then or no, maybe I had a papaya and then some guava, and then I had a vegetable juice, which is blended vegetables, and then later on I had some oatmeal. I had a collard wrap for lunch, and it was good stuff like radishes and but then later on I found myself wanting chocolate, and I have these really good seed bars. They're made of all these different nutritional seeds and nuts, and there's a little bit of chocolate in there, and so I had one of those. And I had these muffins that I made that are super healthy, and there's a little bit of chocolate chips in those. Again, it's all healthy stuff, but I was eating it unconsciously. I wasn't really taking the time to check in with my body and ask it what it needed. I didn't take that time to really communicate with my gut microbiome. I was really in a go, go, go mode. This is one thing that I really like about fasting, is that it slows me down, but it's really interesting to see that as soon as I go back to my normal ways, how unconscious I can be with my food. And again, yes, I'm eating good food, but is it what my body needs? Is this making my body happy? I can't tell because I'm just numbing it with the food. So again, this was an important reminder to myself to really be conscious, to stay committed to, before I eat, ask what it is that I need. Ask myself, ask my gut, communicate with my gut, feel into my body, and ask it what it needs before I consciously make that decision or unconsciously reach for things out of habit. So, day 5, and I am grateful that I'm doing this experiment because I think I'm going to learn a lot about myself. I hope you are learning some things about yourself while you watch me, and let me know if you have any questions, if you're participating, if you're just, voyeuring around and watching. But yeah, thanks for staying tuned. Bye.